Hi, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to D's Divinity, D's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back to all the former subscribers and welcome to all the new subscribers. Once again, thank you all for joining in with me today. As you see from the title of the video, we're going to go ahead and dive into this beautiful Moonology series and episode. Don't know the number, check the title, because I've been lost count a long time ago. But before we do, y'all, it should go without saying, please do check the description box for any information that you may want or need to know. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. As it states in the description box, these readings are intended to be timeless. Time and energy are fluid, meaning you could have already gone through this, you may currently be going through this, and or this may be a prophetic message to come if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you within the reading or readings. Please keep in mind that they are general. Not all may apply to you, and that's perfectly okay. Take what does and let the rest fly. It may be a message for someone else. I may not even be talking to you nor about you. I may be talking to or about someone to whom you're closely connected, friend, family, or foe. I do not know your life, so please use your free will and discernment to determine that. We also don't subscribe to gender roles over here. However, you will likely hear me say he and or she in reference to masculine and feminine energies, which we all have both within us. So once again, flip-flop the roles as you need to. Do not force that shoe to fit if it doesn't, y'all, because I am not responsible for your feet, your toes, nor them currents hurting because you want to force something that's really not intended for you. All right. And I know I just said all that about time and energy being fluid, which it is. I just want to remind you, or please just keep in mind that when I do call out date, signs, and times, I am utilizing Eastern Standard Time. Prime example of why it really doesn't matter, because depending upon where you are on the globe, it may or may not be different. Whatever. I just utilize it to try to keep some things in order in a little bit, for those of you who are following along or want to keep up, okay? All right. And then finally, I am big on numerology. Whether or not I call it out, but if and when I do, I intend for it to likely resonate with your life path number, potentially the day and or month that you were born, maybe even the house you want to pay particular attention to within your natal chart, whatever, what have you, I don't know. Could just be confirmation that you need to pay particular attention at that point in time within the message, all right? All righty, y'all. I think that's about it for all of that. At this point, you will likely see the primary decks that were utilized during the series. One serves as the header, the other as the finisher. The header is intended to bring forth the overall message of advice or just awareness that you may want to pay particular attention to, just talking about the energy that we are dealing with and messages of advice, okay? The finisher is intended to bring forth messages to take with you to grow on, maybe even things you want to focus on releasing. I don't know. It just depends on what is coming out, all right? Speaking of the finisher, it leaves us with gemstones and crystals that you may want to use to help you get through this energy or to help with whatever healing modality that it calls for, okay? Or that it is used for. It can be used for. Jeez, let me get it out. It'll make more sense as we get into the crystal energy healing portion of the reading, okay? So just stay tuned for that. Speaking of that, I utilize this combo deck as well as the crystal mandala deck. That's even if I'm able to find said gems or crystals, okay? I'm not always able to from these particular decks, but if I am able to, we'll go a little bit deeper and maybe bring forth the Archangel, Master Mystic Saint, Guardian, whomever that you may want to call upon or who is part of your spirit squad that may be assisting you at this time. I don't know. This text is also a great reference that we will utilize during the crystal energy healing portion of the reading, and same applies. I'm more so able to find the gems or crystals within this text versus the decks, but we use all of those for that purpose, okay? All right. The variable throughout the series has been the tarot, and we are continuing to use the legacy of the divine tarot, and it is intended to clarify, confirm, dive a little bit deeper into what the overall header or message in energy is pertaining to, okay? And then this next deck, as it states, is intended to bring forth the manifestations, whether subconscious or consciously you may be focusing on or trying to bring into fruition into your life. And it could just be a message from your higher self that you want to pay more attention to this and work towards this. Okay. Then we have the beautiful Starcodes Astro Oracle. And please excuse my belly if you heard that. they always start talking when I get started. But anyways, this is intended to bring forth or dive a little bit deeper into the astrology as well as the energy. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's something getting down in that water. Hold on. Sheesh, hold on. Dang, it's gone now. I knew that was going to happen. I don't know if y'all saw it. I pray I got it on camera a little bit. But honey, it's something getting down in there. Anyway, what was I saying? Starcodes Astro, yes. It's intended to dive a little bit deeper into the astrology as well as the energy. Okay, overall energy or what have you. Could give a time frame maybe. I don't know. But I'm enjoying this deck and loving the energy that it brings. And so I'm interested to see what it has to offer for us. Okay. All right. I believe that is all. Now we can get that quick word of prayer. Okay. Before we go any further. To the Most High, Heavenly and Divine, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, I come to you saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very much for this gorgeous day. Thank you for this beautiful opportunity. Thank you for using me as a clear and open channel to bring forth the messages to the collective straight and clear, no chaser. Oh Lord, I thank you. I cannot thank you enough. I thank you for the love, the support. I thank you for the mental capacity of awareness and stability and just clarity. Thank you for allowing the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but so help us all to come through. To help, as always, I pray that the message uplifts and enlightens and heals and strengthens and nurtures and nourishes and just bring forth whatever the viewer may need at the time of viewing, and may it play out in the lives of any and all involved for the utmost and highest good, as I know you will see fit. And for all these blessings I come ask and give thanks yet again. Ashe, ashe, ashe-o. All right, you guys, let's get it. All right, you guys. So for those of you who are new or may just now be tuning in to the series, I like to begin with a little recap, if you will. Now, obviously, the purpose of this video is to dive into this beautiful full moon energy, which is also a lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus. High vibe time for it at 0601, which is 6:01 a.m. And Taurus affects the neck, vocal cords, throat, and thyroid. Before we get all into the channel messages therein, like I said, I like to recap 33 on the timer. So to get from the previous episode, which is the last quarter moon, why am I saying that? The first quarter moon in Aqua, y'all might want to check the last quarter moon, which the previous last quarter moon is in the sign of Cancer. But you also may want to go back to the last quarter moon in Aqua. Okay? Anyway, to get from the first quarter moon in Aqua to this full moon in Taurus, the moon has to transit from, and by the way, let me speak a little bit on that, because the energy in that is heavily focused on, it's like this continuation of some kind of relationship, whether it's with a friend, family, or otherwise, y'all. That's what it is. Okay. And I don't want to keep going too far into it, but just check out, like I said, I would even go back to be quite honest, I said the last quarter moon in Cancer because that was a slip, but not really a slip. Y'all know I don't believe in that. Stuff comes out for a reason. But I would even go all the way back to the full moon in Aries, okay, to get caught up or to see what this may pertain to. But yeah, so I do see though that prayerfully, if this is your intention and if you want to work with and through this energy, you can pretty much mend and heal. It was a kind of, not even kind of, that's just what it was. It's a little toxic relationship, okay? And whether it's you or both parties or all parties involved, but I was strongly getting at least two individuals, maybe even like somebody working out of a masculine energy, but I still was even getting a feminine, like a motherly type of vibe. That's probably why I had that slip and said the last quarter moon in Cancer, because Cancer talks about that divine feminine mothering type of energy, right? And even talks about the home. And I just got through saying in the previous episode that it very well may be some kind of family affair, whether it's one or multiple people. Okay. Anyway, so that's what we're coming off of. And there's a potential, because I do see somebody seeing like gathering a new mindset, maybe even an idea or changing their belief in regard to said person, or just the energy or the dynamic within the family. Okay. And if it insert where I'm just saying family, because that's what we were coming off of, but insert romantic partner or coworker, if you will, if that's who it pertains to. Okay. Definitely somebody, whoever it is, somebody you may even consider, because it could be a friend who you consider like family, right? 330. All right. So in order to get to this point, though, the moon from last episode, the first quarter moon in Aqua, and by the way, Aqua affects the calf, ankle, shin, and Achilles. Okay. And then the moon has to transit from Aqua into the sign of Pisces on the 2nd, high vibe time at 14:47. And that is 2:47 p.m. I stopped for a minute because I don't know if I even told y'all, which we'll get to here in just a second. I don't even know if I told y'all the date of this full moon, but whatever. So that's 2:47 p.m. and Pisces affects the feet, toes, and pineal. Okay. Then the moon transitions from Pisces into Aries on the 4th at 19:07, and that is 7:07 p.m. Okay. Aries affects the head, teeth, tongue, and arteries. And then the moon will transition from Aries into the sign of Taurus on the 7th, high vibe time at 00:15, which is 12:15 a.m. Okay, and I already told you Taurus affects the neck, vocal cords, throat, and thyroid. And then it will further settle into this full moon energy and lunar eclipse on the 8th. Okay, high vibe time for the lunar eclipse is 06:01, which is 6:01 a.m. All right. Now, to get to what will be the focus of next week's episode, or the following episode, which will be the last quarter moon in the sign of Leo. And honestly, this is a high vibe time, and this may be the last quarter moon that you want to check out as well. So stay tuned for it. It's the moon would be transitioning from Leo into Virgo on this very day. So to get to this point, though, or that point, the moon will transition from Taurus into the sign of Gemini on the 9th, high vibe time at 8:37 a.m. Gemini affects the shoulders, arms, hands, bronchial tubes, and lungs. All right. And then the moon will transition from Gemini into Cancer on the 11th, high vibe time at 19:23, which is 7:23 p.m. And Cancer affects the stomach, mucosa, breast, womb, and ovary. And then it will transition from Cancer into the sign of Leo on the 14th, high vibe time at 7:48 a.m. And Leo affects the heart, aorta, blood pressure, and circulation. And then, like I just mentioned, it will settle into, or even transition, honestly, into this last quarter moon, which will be in the sign of Leo / Virgo, high vibe time at 20:04, which is 8:04 p.m. And Virgo affects the pancreas, small intestine, and digestive tract. And that's on the 16th, if I didn't say that already. Okay. All right. So, it's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. And getting into these channeled messages, y'all, the fact that we have entered into eclipse season, and the fact that it is a lunar eclipse is going to be a very dynamic transit, if you will, if that's what I can call it, position, if that's what you want to say, I don't know, whatever, however you want to look at it. But because it's a full moon, that's even more profound, right? I'm trying to keep from using major, because I feel like I be utilizing that word a lot, and I don't want to take away from the effect of it, because it truly is major, right? But after 7:17 on the timer, you use something so much, too much of a good thing can be not so good. So whatever, that's basically what I'm trying to use, different words for it. But I want you to truly understand the power behind this. I always tell y'all the new and full moons especially have a 2-week grace period where they can potentially affect you, affect us, affect the collective, right? A week before to even a week after. So, excuse my belly. If you hear that, they be getting started, boy. They be getting started. They be talking. So I even mentioned in coming off of last episode that you may even start feeling the effects of this powerful lunar eclipse and full moon energy, even from the first quarter moon, which is in the sign of Aquarius, right? And so with that being said, it's like the energy of, so think of it like Taurus is all about, it's obviously a heavy earth sign, right? And when I say heavy, I mean it in every sense of the word, because it is a fixed sign. I'm hearing stubborn, so please y'all don't be in that energy, right? But we even had the Four of Pentacles, and I thank God that it came out in reverse last episode. But that is, to me, Taurus and heavy Cappy energy, right? But that talks about, though, the Four of Pentacles talks about that, like guarding or safeguarding or protecting your energy. In reverse, it talks about letting go, maybe not being so overly protective or so stubborn, right? The four in and of itself, to me, speaks on that heart chakra, right? So guarding the love, I shouldn't say it like that. Being mindful and cognizant of who, what, where, when, why, maybe, and even how much of your love and energy that you give unto others, and making sure that you pour it unto yourself first. That's why I do appreciate that in reverse, okay? Because no longer are you just giving to where you're depleted, okay? But Taurus is also second house energy, which talks about heavily your resources. Like I said, and resources can be anything, y'all. It don't just got to be finances, all right? But that's the first thing we generally think about. But it's all of that. Like I said, mainly your energy, because if you don't know, currency, money, finances it's energy. It's an energetic transaction, essentially. It's the same vibration and frequency as love, which is the highest there is. So if you understand that, you know that you have to have your cup filled. It's not being selfish whatsoever. It's being wise. And so you have to have your cup filled, and then the overflow is the excess that goes to everyone else. I pray that makes sense. Anyways, so if you keep that in consideration as far as the energy that Taurus embodies, and understand that you may need to focus heavily on your second house, especially if, I would say, Aquarius is transiting through your second house, Taurus, of course, as well, or I would say any of the signs from Aquarius to Pisces to Aries and Taurus, I would say strongly. And then it potentially even the week following, so Gemini, Cancer, and Leo, potentially, okay? But especially if those signs are transiting through your second house, you will likely heavily be affected in some shape, form, or fashion. But I wanted to focus on the connection with Aqua in Taurus, because Aquarius is your 11th house. So you could even be having any of, I would say, Aqua, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus transiting through your 11th house, and you very well may be affected all the same in a slightly different way, because I was telling y'all last episode, Aquarius energy is that mental, the mental capacity, the inner and understanding of, okay, maybe this belief in regards to the way I receive or even give of my resources is not working for me. So let's change that, because I told you there was an energy of a change of mindset going on. All right. I love it. The beautiful geese, they floating, they sailing down. Let's see. I paused it at 12:21 to get a slightly better view of the geese, y'all. Anyhow, that may be a spirit guide totem for you. I don't know. But Aqua, mindset. Yes, coming off of last episode, I told y'all there was somebody maybe having a change in their mindset in regards to whatever. And speaking of the relationships, it may be to that, and or I feel like it's just the relationship with self and your finances, like I was saying. It could be, honestly, some of anything in regards to whomever I'm tapping into's mindset changing. But since we are focused on this full moon in Taurus, I strongly feel that it has something to do, like I said, with your second house and resources. Okay. I also wanted to say that because this is a lunar eclipse, basically something may be hidden. Okay. And or coming to the surface, because you kind of got to look at both ends of the spectrum, or even polarities, right? With eclipse energy, obviously the energy of the eclipse, or the definition, by definition, something is cut out or blocked, right, in the shadows, if you will. So with this being a full moon, that already talks about that illusory energy potentially, or something hidden. That's what I'm saying. Like, even though it's hidden, the moon talks about the intuitive energy, and so it's very much so like it may be hidden, but I feel like you already know it. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's not really a secret. That's why I said, on the flip side, even if something is hidden, something's going to be revealed in due time, even if it's not this particular day. You understand what I'm saying? So anyways, I don't know. But you very well may be affected in these particular areas as far as the neck, vocal cords, throat, and thyroid. And there is an energy of, because there was a lot of air energy coming through as well. And so there is an energy of, especially with this Aquarian energies that we were speaking on, needing to speak up and stand and live in your truth. Okay. Do not hide behind the shadows anymore and not show. I see your true colors shining through. Yeah. Let it, baby. Let it. Don't hide behind the eclipse energy. You know what I mean? Let it be. Let it reveal itself. All right. All right, y'all. I don't want to keep y'all too long, so let's get on into it. Okay, beginning with the headers. Look at here. What a way to start, boy. I don't know what this has to do for you in your life, but baby, it clearly is gaining momentum, whatever that means. And I feel like with the new and change of mindset, especially in regards to your resources, good for you. If you have put in the work and you know what I'm saying, have been diligent about unlearning and relearning, congratulations, baby, because it's paying off. It will pay off. Okay. You may not see it right now. Oh, that might be what's hidden. You may not see it right now with this eclipse, and maybe even during this eclipse season, but I promise you, please be patient with me. God is not through with me yet. Please be patient with me. God is not through with me yet. When he gets through with me, I shall come forth. I shall come forth as pure gold. Yo, 111 when I finished that. And that song has been coming through heavy. So that's what I'm saying. You being transformed, my dear. And good for you. Because once you do, like I just got through saying, that's the whole vibe and energy of, especially within your heart. Once you purify your heart, make it light as a feather, put it on the scales of my eye. That's the energy of spirit and truth, right? God knows your heart anyway, so you can't fake the funk. But once you truly put in the work and been diligent and transformed and let go of any other baggage, like I said, with that Four of Pentacles in reverse, released any burdens that may have been holding you back or keeping you stuck, stagnant, and confused. Woo! Watch how your money flows. Watch how your energy. Just watch. And even if you don't fully notice it, I guarantee you, everybody around you will. You might start getting compliments like, dang, you glowing. What's up with you? You look different. You look youthful. You're beautiful. You look amazing. I'm telling you. And it's so funny because as I'm out here channeling, y'all, the water has shifted. Like, I wouldn't say the tides, but the way that it's moving, it has changed. Anyway, so I mean, this speaks for itself. This is waxing moon. But, and this is obviously as the moon continues to get bigger, like before. Oh my God. So yes, baby, it's the energy before, from the new moon to the full moon, as the moon continues to gain vibrancy, if you will. Like I said, and it's funny because I feel like we as a collective, you viewer, we are the moon in this sense, right? We are getting stronger and stronger, more vibrant, more intuitive, more in our divine feminine essence, right? Because that's moon energy to me. And but anyway, it's the energy from the new moon up to the full moon, up to the full essence and power of it, right? I don't know if that makes any sense. So anyway, what I was getting ready to say is, like I was saying, from the first quarter moon, the energies, the phases, the signs from Aqua through Taurus, which includes Pisces, Aries, they may very well affect you heavily. And or you may feel, sensations, vibrations, changes, renewal even, or whatever. I don't know in what ways, but in these areas. So feet, toes, pineal for Pisces, head, teeth, tongue, and arteries for Aries, and of course neck, vocal cords, throat, thyroid for Taurus, and I forgot calf, ankle, shin, and Achilles for Aqua. All right. Ooh-wee. All right. I love this beautiful purple in this card because it always gives me that divine connection as well. So that may be what's changing and growing, is your connection with spirit and your, like I said, your intuitive powers and gifts. Okay. The number 3 is jumping out to me. This is even giving me a little bit of air energy. So especially Aquarius, but Gemini and or Libra included, for whoever that's for. All right, let's move on to the bottom. Ooh, adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Wow. And I believe this is just the same as the last quarter moon, if I'm not mistaken, which is powerful because that's the one. Like I said, stay tuned until the next episode for the 16th. The last quarter moon that's transitioning from Leo to Virgo. That may very well be something powerful for you. But it's really just underscoring what I just got through saying, y'all, about putting in the work and making those changes of unlearning and relearning and getting rid of and detoxing bad habits, things that are no longer serving you. And that, y'all, that can be a number. Like, this can go so far as your diet, your daily routine, your work-life balance, your, what else? I don't know. Basically, like, ridding of codependencies. You know what I'm saying? Stop smoking for somebody. Stop drinking. Put down the bottle. You know what I'm saying? Use it for libations instead of putting it inside you and destroying your vessel. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's see. What else? What else is coming through? I don't know. It could be a myriad of things, y'all. It depends on you and your life. So take it as it resonates. But something got to give. Something got to give. They telling you plain as day. And I feel like, look, you either take heed or, like I said, because with this eclipse season, that's basically what happens too, is like the things that, as these two little birds, yeah. They was doing a dip. But with this eclipse season, y'all, in the energy, it's the things that you may not have wanted to face or wanted to see, that you have been trying to keep hidden and keep in the shadows. But it's like, never no more. You can't do that anymore. Ready or not, it's about to happen. Like, spirit is going to come through. I feel like some of you, if you continue to ignore this, there will be a tower moment. Oh my God, that's powerful. There will be a tower moment, and it likely will happen on this very day of this last quarter moon, because that is the 16 is the energy, scorpionic energy and energy of the tower. Yep. And not to mention, we in Scorpio seasons, right? So yeah, major changes are going to occur, whether you like it or not. So ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. The divine is truly gonna find you and take it slowly. I don't know if it's gonna be real slow though, y'all, because I feel like this has been going on for a minute, you know, because Taurus, I told y'all, that's that fixed energy. Some people been holding on for way too long, and it's like you can't do that no more. You tried it, now it's time to give it up, you know, whatever that means, whatever it is. You can't run away from this love I got, oh baby, hey baby, 'cause I got a lot, oh yeah. Either way you go, my whole crew's gonna know, oh baby, hey baby. Hey, spirit gonna come for you, okay? They're not gonna force you to do nothing against your will. That's why they give you free will, right? But at the same time, it's like, if it's truly detrimental to you and not allowing you to ascend and to be the best version of your higher self, or, you know, making strides to reach the best version of you, right? One way or another, you're gonna be, and I'm not wishing ill will on anybody, I'm just calling it how I hear it, see it, and feel it. You're gonna be laid on your ass to where you sick as a dog, and you're gonna be forced to make the change. That's that Tower moment, right? Something detrimental is gonna happen, and I shouldn't say it. Well, that's what they said. Shit, I can't be sugarcoating it. Something detrimental is gonna happen to shake the shit out of you, to grab your attention for you to make these necessary changes. So again, the Tower moment, and the Tower, it doesn't have to be so negative though. It depends on you. It really depends on you and how you utilize the energy or not, right? They're giving you an opportunity to use your free will to make that choice, to make it easier on yourself, basically. So it's up to you, okay? You can take the easy way or the hard way. Either way, change gotta happen, okay? I'm hearing change. That's what love makes one do. So it's like, that's because of the love of God, the love that God has for you and your spirit squad has for you. This is why it has to happen. Okay, it's required. That's not even a option. They're not giving you an option. All right, moving on. Yes, and I love it. That's the enlightenment you are to receive. I'm glad that this is upright, because last episode it came out in reverse from the Starcodes Astro Oracle. So yeah, this is the enlightenment. This is even speaking to me about alignment. It's interesting because it's like, you are the sun, and that's without getting too deep into that Starcodes Astro Oracle, go back and listen to that for the reading and explanation of that particular card. But still, I've been telling y'all as of late, you quite literally, when you are in a balanced state, not an egotistical state, but a balanced state, you truly are the center of your universe, and you can make any and all of the planets work for you and the energies they're in, because they essentially revolve around you, right? They are attracted to your light. They pretty much do what you command, right? Because it's your energy. If you are sun, in this sun energy, Leo energy, you are commanding and demanding in a balanced way respect and authority, and for the planets to, like I said, cooperate, to do what it is you need them to do, to utilize their energy to your full advantage, because they in turn reciprocate and reflect your light. I pray that makes sense. I don't know really how else to say it. Anyways, I'm even getting Libra energy out of this. Who is that? Is that Taurus up there that I see? I believe that might be Sage. That might be Sage. Either way, shoot, we talking about this full moon in Taurus, so whatever. So yeah, you may be dealing with a Leo, Libra, Sage, Taurus, whatever. Obviously, we see all the planets, right? So Saturn, Jupiter, Earth energy, yeah, all the planets really, Uranus, Pluto, all of them. Okay, so see where the other planets are transiting, what signs they're transiting through, and take it how you need to. The number 19, 10, and or 1 may be important to you, but this is generally endings to begin anew. Of course, the sun energy is like like I already said, talks about that enlightenment. It of course talks about that jovial, you know what I'm saying, that youthfulness, the childlike innocence, the creation, just life source, you know what I'm saying? Energy, power, being the center, right? You may be the center of attention. You may be, and if you ain't used to that, you might want to get used to that. You know what I'm saying? Stay grounded in that Taurian energy though. If it may become too much for you, okay? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to the bottom. Whenever I get this is the Nine of Wands in reverse. This is that sage energy that I told you I was just seeing even out of the Sun card. But when it's in reverse like this, I always get surrender. Because generally this sage energy, this Nine of Wands can talk about like even Chiron, something about Chiron, but like the wounded warrior type of energy. Like you done fought. Like the battle is over, my dear. 333. You ain't gotta fight no more. Okay? Just surrender. And I feel like more so than anything is talking about give it up to God. Like quite literally, you done good. I'm hearing you done good works. Like job well done, my good and faithful servant. You know what I mean? Now let spirit finish the rest. You know, let them meet you halfway. You see how he's bound down. Like let go of your sword. I know this is Wands energy, but I'm just saying we talking about battling here, right? Put it down, baby. Let go of them burdens. And I do see that. I love that the rest of the 8 is behind him. You know, I'm even getting, speaking of those 8 of Wands, I'm even getting like communication. You may receive okay, that may be the enlightenment that you receive, some type of communication from, could be this fire sign, whether sage or not, Leo, especially with that sun energy, or even Aries, but it could be anybody that you're receiving the communication from that gives you the wherewithal, maybe on how to move forward, on how to make the adjustments that are required, right? Whatever, what have you, okay? All right. Either way, I see this as it's going to be a bit of benefit to you. Now, if you resist it, however, maybe not so much. All right. Let's move on. What did I tell y'all from the get-go? They give you free will for a reason, and it's up to you whether or not you choose to utilize it. But I guarantee you, if you go against, I don't want to say it like that. I was going to say if you go against the grain. Sometimes it is necessary to go against the grain. But what I'm trying to say is like if you resist, basically, if you resist the divine plan for you, it's not gonna be so swell. I always get that somebody is needing to remove that mask. No longer do you have to fake the funk. No longer do you have to fight. No longer, this is kind of hiding behind the shadows, but it's like, I don't know if it's a mirror. I feel like it's a moon energy, you know, could even be that sun energy that we just saw, that she's shining in her face. And I feel like it's like telling me that somebody needs to see their own life source energy reflected to them. Like, see how grand and beautiful and divine you truly are. Like, look yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Speak your affirmations. I don't know until you truly feel it and believe it. But like, you ain't gotta hide behind the mask anymore. Okay, stand in your truth, stand in your authenticity. There's something too about cycles, and I feel like this is talking about more so karmic cycles ending, coming to an end or completion, right? Because I told you in that Nine of Wands in reverse, it's like now you fought, you done cleared these, cut these cords prayerfully, you done the work, right? Now it's time to just heal. That's funny because that was the title of the last episode. Truly, it's a time to heal. So use your free will and do that. The number 13 may be important to you. 1, 3, 13, and or 4 may be important to you. You could have been born in the month of January, March, April, especially on the 1st, 3rd, 4th, or even 13th. All right. And shoot, could have been a 9th or even 19th. All right. Yeah. I believe that's all I'm getting for this right now. What is that? waxing gibbous 4, and then we come off the energy is gaining momentum. We this waxing cycle is going to be very important for many of you, but the waxing gibbous 4 is on the 5th in the sign of Aries. Okay, that very well may be important. Oh yeah, because that 4 is the Emperor, and that's what I'm getting. Yep, which is Aries energy. So some of y'all are bossing up. Congratulations. Thank God. Yeah. And that could be in it whatever way. You could just be leveling up, within yourself, ascending. You could be bossing up on the job, getting a different title or rank or position. Yeah. All right. Or even in your business, whatever. Okay, let's move on to the bottom. Yeah, I love these two be coming out a lot together. And I love it when they do, because I was just getting ready to say, like, you are this divine God goddess in the flesh. This is heavy divine feminine energy. You reign supreme is what I generally get. With the 41 leaning to the 5, you are growing. You have grown. You have ascended, because that's even Taurus. That's even Hierophant energy. Yeah. Even talking about potentially the throat chakra. So like I said, speak your truth, baby. Talk your shit. That's what I'm hearing. You are the queen of the moon. This is powerful, because anytime we get the top of the deck, or not even deck, but like the box, or whatever the depiction is on the guidebook, that's potent energy for me, because they picked that for a reason. And look at her. She know what it is. She is standing in her truth wholeheartedly. Look how she holding that moon energy at her, I would say even solar plexus, heart chakra-ish area, right? And that's coming off. Oh, wow. That's bringing me that eclipse energy, because the solar plexus is the sun, Leo energy, right? Third chakra. And it's something about that. I told y'all, even in the energy is gaining momentum, it's something about that 3, right? The number 3. So this can very well be talking about this particular lunar eclipse full moon in the sign of Taurus, with that 5 being the throat and 5th chakra, and the energy of the Hierophant for Taurus energy. Yes? Wow. That's a lot. Stability is what I get as well. That 4 heavily talks about being stable. And you see, she's unmoved. She's very much so grounded in that Taurus energy. All right. I love that. All right. We'll get to the reading of these in just a few moments. Let's continue on. That's beautiful too, y'all, because I'm going to tell y'all, I've been on my goddess incense heavy over the past few days. So take it as you will. But anyway, moving into the manifestation oracle. First one is the new moon in Gemini. Think it through. And I told you I was feeling that air energy from the header. Yeah. So here goes the beautiful Gemini energy. And Gemini is mercurial energy, right? Ruled by Mercury, which is all about thought and communication, analyzing. Sister sign is Virgo, which is the earth energy form of saying thought, super analytical, right? Can be too much if not balanced sometimes. So I do feel like, as it says, whatever this is pertaining to for you in your life, you will definitely need to think it through. And then it's bringing me back to the adjustments are required, right? So you're going to have to make changes, but really map it out, basically, is what I'm getting. And it's something about receiving higher insight or awareness. That sun energy is coming back for me. So take time in meditation and to really ponder and think, think it through. I mean, I don't even know how many more ways I can really say it, but that's what it's giving me. I also get an energy of maybe needing to step back to gain a higher perspective. Okay. Yeah. Gemini energy is twinning for me, right? So that is the energy of reflection. So I do feel like there may need to be some introspection and, of course, reflection to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective, for sure. Yeah. You may even receive insight through this eclipse, because that's kind of the way that the new moon is even set up, is giving me eclipse vibes right here. you know, the way that they have it depicted. And that's why I feel like something, like I told y'all earlier, something very, very much so will be revealed for you if it has been hidden. Okay? As long as you take the time to really sit with spirit and figure it out. You know what I mean? All right. That's pretty 303. That's pretty self-explanatory. Let's move on to the bottom. Oh my God. Y'all. You see what it say. New moon and Cappy. Step up and lead. Like I said, for those of you who truly are bossing up, good for you. It's necessary. You can't even hide or run from it anymore. Right? 333. There's no way. Like, that's part of your divine or destined path, if you will. I mean, yeah, the things you do, you determine the trajectory. I've been saying that over the past, I don't know, at least several of the MOTDs, as well as I know I mentioned it even in last episode of the Moonology. You do. And depending on what you do and how you move, basically determines, I guess, quote, time frame, end quote, because y'all know time is an illusion and it really is no such thing. However, what I mean by that is, like, you determine whether it's delayed or when it comes in a sense, because there has to be necessary steps and strides to take and that you make before essentially you graduate to the next level and then the next and then the next. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way, like, ain't no way a kindergartner can be given the responsibilities of a senior. It just don't work like that, you know? And that's how I try to even explain the ascension through whatever suit we're talking about. Going from the ace to the 10, graduating and then getting into high school, if you will, in the courtship, and going from the page to the knight to the queen or king, right? It's essentially freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, essentially, in a way. So I say that to say, like, y'all already know, no matter if you did traditional school or homeschool, it's levels to it, honey. And, you know, you got to take your time at each position, at each level, to develop those skills necessary to move on to the next. Some people may have been able to skip if they've already, you know, if they've shown proficiency. Some even have had to be held back. And that's what I'd be saying about, like, when you repeat a cycle, going back to the wheel, I told y'all some kind of cycle, 550 on the timer when I said that, some kind of cycle that is potentially or maybe needs to be wrapped up so that you don't have to repeat it, then that's the adjustments that need to be made that are required, right? 606. I don't know. It's something like that, y'all. But the point that I'm trying to make is in order for you to develop those leadership qualities and step into this role so that you are capable of being that emperor, you know, that I saw, of being the hierophant or the boss, the higher level teacher for the ones coming after you, right? Being that mentor, being that coach, being that healer, being that spiritual guru for, like I said, for the ones, it's because in all actuality, the things that we go through, even on a personal level, really don't have shit to do with us. It ain't always about us. It's bigger than us, okay? And that's what we really I feel like that's even going back to that new moon in Gemini. That's what you really need to think about. And maybe that's the enlightenment or the awareness that you are to receive, you know, so that you can do the job as a leader to the best of your ability. Okay? All right. Moving on. Oh my geez. Wow. Ooh, okay, where do we start? First of all, and that debilitated, let's go on and get that out the way. That 14 is screaming, that's the reflective energy of the sovereignty, right? The 41. But it's also still the energy of the 5, which 5, y'all, if you don't know, that can be the energy of chaos, conflict, confusion, you know, turmoil, a little bit of difficulty, but it's part of the growing pains, really. Because those are the toughest, can be potentially the toughest lessons. And I always get Satyrian energy for whatever reason out of it, because that is big daddy energy. And those are I just heard ass whoopings. Though it be feeling like it sometimes, but I swear the divine doesn't really try to punish us in the way that we think. You know what I mean? It's not. If we could get beyond ego and out of that woe is me type of energy, then you'll truly see. And once again, it's bringing me back to that sun energy. And I just saw 111. That's the enlightenment that you are to receive prayerfully and truly understand the higher perspective of it all. Is to push you to be the best version of yourself that you can be for the next generation or whoever else you're intended to train and pass on the torch to, right? So some of you may have felt this or may be feeling this discomfort. Like I just said, I feel like that's what it is. Those are it's the growing pains. It's a, what is it? What they be saying? A necessary evil? I don't want to call it evil because, you know, whatever. What is good and evil? Yeah, I don't, whatever. I don't know. But I just feel like whatever reason I'm getting this highway to heaven, the staircases, and it's like the paths. It's almost like the labyrinth energy in the what you call it? In the Lenormand decks, right? Depending on which way you go, you may reach a dead end. You may be in that labyrinth for a minute, you know what I'm saying, trying to find your way. But it's the journey, it's the process. You know what I'm saying? And it also brings to me the paths, because you can take, look, the red or the blue pill, which one you taking? Either way, there's going to be lessons and things that you are meant to see, learn, do, explore in order to get to that next level. You can continue to stay in ignorance and act like you don't know no better. You still gonna have shit to go through. You know what I'm saying? You still gonna have lessons and things to deal with. It ain't like you just completely getting out of or escaping, you know what I'm saying, just because you want to stay blindsided or whatever. You know, is blindsided the word? Whatever. It's going back to the will. Just if you can choose to continue, you have the free will to continue to wear that mask if you want to, but understand you still gonna pay the price to live that life. You understand what I'm trying to say? 330. Just like if you decide to take, you know what I'm saying, the red or the blue pill, if you decide to remove the mask and stand in your truth and see things for what it truly is or are, see the truth, remove the veil, then you have a price, you know what I'm saying, to pay to live that life. It's your choice though. Okay? And they both are going to come with some 404, with some form of discomfort, because if you still on the land of living, baby, you growing. You should be anyway, you know, whatever. But if you choose the path of growth and ascension, there will be some discomfort. That's just part of it, because that discomfort is also a means to shift directions for you to change and go on a different path, is what I'm getting. Okay. And then moving into this Venusian energy, which is beautiful. I love this card. And that 21 is speaking of that world energy for me. And that's completing the cycle, y'all. You've made it from that Aries, that full energy, to the end, the world, through the whole cycle of the major arcana. And through that comes great rewards. And the greatest reward is seeing and feeling and living and being in the energy of the divine essence that you are. You are beloved. You are beautiful. This is also screaming that Taurus energy, right? You are divine. This is Libra and Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So, but since we're talking about this full moon in Taurus, this is that. Congratulations. You made it. Like, they both screaming Taurus energy, because even the 14 being the 5, I told you, is that talking about that throat chakra to me as well. And that's Taurus, ruled by Taurus. So yeah. All right. It's funny how it goes from essentially black and white, null and void is what I heard, dull, so full of life from the dull part and null and void part of the debilitator or discomfort, to full of life in this Venusian, to blossoming and abundant and just glowing. Like I said, people gonna be looking at you. I'm telling them, don't be surprised. You can come back and let me know, and you know, I could be like, I told you so. But right, Okay, we gonna move on. But it's beautiful. I love that. It's stark contrast is basically what I'm getting. And I love that. Some of you may truly want to work with these flower essences. I'm not sure what's all in here. I'm hearing peonies. That's interesting. Roses. What is that? Echinacea looks like. I don't know. I'm even getting pomegranate. Oh, there's a bee in there. That may be a spirit guide totem. Yeah. What's the other one's called? Oh God, what they called? Now I'm hearing magnolias. But what's the other one's called? I can't even think of them right now. Then I'm hearing lilac. Okay. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. 707 as I looked up. Wow. And then at the bottom we have the 8th house energy and mystery. The number 46 potentially being a 10. Done and done. 8th house is Scorpio energy. Okay. And then I say, look, welcome. We in Scorpio season, right? And all this transformation and change is coming. And it talks to me about, we Scorpios at death and rebirth and all that good jazz. But it's like, do you really know? Hey, black child, do you know who you are? That's what I'm getting. And it's like, I feel like that's what's unfolding. That's the secret that's being revealed. Your true, authentic self. Not the person that you have been trained to be, or that you came up, that you've adapted yourself to become for survival or whatever, or that maybe even your mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, auntie, uncle, sister, brother, cousin, whoever done projected upon you to be, right? Nah, it's like, I feel like you're truly figuring yourself out. Thank God. And that's what's being uncovered with that skull there. That's all too about that mental capacity. And I told y'all somebody's mindset coming off of last episode is changing. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your whole, going back to that new moon in Gemini. Once you really sit and get with God and meditation and all that, can't nobody tell you nothing. Can't nobody tell you nothing else. Like, you figured out your truth prayerfully. And I'm not even sure it's going to be like, that's the whole point of the mystery. Like, it's not even being revealed to me. And it's going to be different for everybody. Goes without saying, the numbers 4, 6, 46, 10, and 1 may be important to you. And 8, honestly, for this 8th house. Is that aquamarine? I heard aquamarine. I hear clear quartz. I hear opal. Yeah. Those may be crystals you want to work with, including whatever we're about to get into in the crystal energy healing portion of the reading. But those are what's coming through with this. Pearl, even. All right. Let's move on. All right, y'all. Let's get into these readings. Beginning with the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. Pages 98 and 99. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. This is a time of energies rising up. Emotions are building too. Where do you want to go, and do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take your more practical steps towards your goals. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. When you're tuning to the moon, I like to look at these as affirmations. You can look at them, use them, do whatever you want with them, okay? It says, I know I'm headed in the right direction. I know I'm headed in the right direction. Additional meanings. The situation is full of potential. Your dream can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? Review your goals and ensure you're still committed. Keep moving forwards. The teaching. The waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from the new moon to full moon, and during this time the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time, and this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans to act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card. All right, moving on to the bottom. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon, pages 36 and 37. Think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there is also a lot of negativity, and you need to let go of this. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecast now, that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also be a, quote, crisis, end quote, now, which will remind you what you want and what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. I laugh and, not laughing at y'all. I'm just saying, I just laugh because that's that tower that I was talking about. All right. When you're tuned into the moon, it says, I am reevaluating the situation. I am reevaluating the situation. Additional meanings. Your life may be out of balance and this may be causing your issues. It may be time to hatch a whole new plan. Something new and exciting is around the corner. Trust may be required to move this situation forward. The teaching. At the time of the third quarter moon, we know where we have been, but where we are going. No, man, wait a minute. At the time of the third quarter moon, we know where we have been, but where are we going? The moon is now a half moon and slipping away from us as she catches less and less light, moving towards her full disappearance at new moon. It's funny because we're going from this, it's crazy. We went from the waxing, right, cycle, so from new moon to full moon, into this third quarter moon. And then we're getting ready to get into the new moon energies in the manifestation oracle, right? The new moon in Gemini and the new moon in Cappy, right? 3:30 as I looked up. So it's a time of falling away and a time to reevaluate. No matter when you draw this card, the teaching is to release and to trust. Like I said with that 9 of Wands in reverse, surrender, let go. All right, let's move on. All right, y'all. So moving into the beautiful Queen of the Moon or the finisher, the number 13, Waxing Gibbous 4 in Will, pages 42 and 43. Decisions require action. You are in control of your own decisions in life, no one else's. Passion and will determine a great proportion of your success. You will persist. You possess free will, which means you should focus on yourself first and avoid placing your will over another's, like I already told y'all. The affirmation. I have the will to make the changes I need. I have the will to make the changes I need. Will feels like a very old-fashioned concept. In a modern world where it seems like everything is geared up to be as easy as possible or there is always someone else to blame, the idea of placing our personal will persistently into something seems quaint. When we decide we are going to change something in our lives, let's say a particularly negative pattern or bad habit, breaking the old way we do things can be difficult. That's where that discomfort is coming in. The debilitated, that's coming in. The change requires a concentration of our will. We may want the change, but it is our will that insists we stay on the path to that change. To be willful means we have the power of control over our own actions, and that will fires up the persistence we need to get what we want. Contrary to popular belief, in witchcraft traditions, practitioners do not interfere with another's free will. This means we do not cast spells upon people to influence their behavior. How do we get what we want instead? We cast on ourselves in line with our will, focusing carefully on what we would like in our lives instead. For example, instead of casting a spell to get back our ex-boyfriend who doesn't want us by influencing his will to love us again, we more ethically cast upon ourselves for our ideal partner. This way, we don't interfere with his free will, and if the ex is our ideal partner, he will return to us freely. If not, we have attracted someone new and better for us. Either way, win-win. To use our will productively, we should assess what we really want and make sure this is what we want to reach for. And the companion stone or metal is hematite. All right. Moving on to the bottom. 41, Queen of the Moon in Sovereignty, pages 98 and 99. You have sovereignty over your own life. Act with grace and confidence. You have the ability to unite desperate people and views should you choose to do so. The buck stops with you. You are powerful. Act like it. The affirmation. I reign over my own realm. I reign over my own realm. Goddesses of the moon are one of the oldest kinds of feminine divine and feature in mythologies from almost every corner of the globe. From Diana of ancient Rome and the Greek Artemis to the to the Semitic Astarte and Henna from Polynesia, the link with feminine divine and the lunar planet in cycles is a strong one. These goddesses, in all their myriad of forms, were extremely powerful and demonstrated to women that they naturally had power as well. We should strive to be the powerful queens of our own domain. Women especially have been socialized to defer, to keep small, to be quiet, and to hold a very twisted kind of service that borders on servitude. While in many first world countries, women can choose to be what they wish to be on paper, women still experience inequality in most countries in areas such as wage disparity and an imbalance of the numbers of women in government or in high-level board positions. However, what has been accepted in the past is not what will be accepted in the future. A new queendom is coming. I just got a message and it's 11:11. Okay? When we reign over our own lives, it is us that take on the responsibility for our own change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows that we, just under the divine, are our own rulers, and as such the buck stops here. Therefore, it is worth us investing in growing our own self-awareness, our own self-trust, self-care, and self-esteem in real and practical ways. We must, as any queen would, set firm boundaries to protect our queendom and those who are under our protection. This does not mean we become cruel rulers. We should always aim for benevolence, fairness, and a great love for all, as well as ourselves. It does mean we may have to push against those who do not respect our line in the sand. Didn't I say something about commanding and demanding that respect or something like that? 440 when I looked up. So the companion stone or metal is platinum. And that's powerful, y'all, because hematite essentially is a form of platinum. And that's why I said I love when these two come out together. They go hand in hand so well. But we'll get to the energy healing portion in just a moment. So stay tuned. All right, you guys. So moving into the Moonology manifestation, beginning with New Moon in Gemini. Think it through. Pages 32 and 33. Some type of mastery here. A positive outcome lies ahead. However, to take this opportunity from the ethers and make it real, you need a positive mindset. On some level, you already know how to get what you want. Use your smarts. Think it through. Look for the signposts about what to do next. Ask, quote, what am I expecting? End quote. Focus on positive expectations. Expectations attract. If you're having doubts, talk to someone. Make a list of your goals. There's a way through. Use your mind and your words to help others see things your way. Manifesting focus. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to a flirtatious situation. Anything written, an upset you've had, or a relationship that feels blocked, like I told y'all from the get-go. Okay? Manifesting mindset. Expressing whatever is on your mind is always a good idea, but this card also suggests you need to do some inner work and trust your intuition. Manifesting tips for boosting your intuition. It says, call in Archangel Zachiel, who is associated with compassion and forgiveness, to help you clear a past hurt that could otherwise block you. Call in the energy of the planet Mercury, which guides Gemini. Close your eyes and meditate on your desire for at least 5 minutes. What comes up? Write it down. And then your manifestation affirmation, it says, knowledge is powerful, and I am powerful. Knowledge is powerful, and I am powerful. Okay? When to manifest your magic. It says the ideal time to work your magic is when the moon is in Gemini on a Wednesday, Mercury's day, or during Mercury's hour. And I'm not about to read the planet's hour or how to figure that out. There is a link in the description box if you are interested in any of the planet's hours, which it says something about planetary hours, okay? The new moon in Gemini takes place when the sun and the moon are on the same degree in Gemini and knows that it's good to talk, okay? Because Geminis love to talk anyway. So, moving on to the bottom, new moon in Capricorn. Step up and lead, 220, pages 46 and 47. The good news is that you know what you want, and on some level, you know how to get it. Step up and know that you're the boss of your own life. Like I said, you affect the trajectory. Why can't I say that word? The trajectory of your life, okay? A new, more disciplined approach is needed, or a new plan. Strategy is called for. This card reminds you that ambition isn't a dirty word, whatever you want to create in your life. There's no such thing as too big a goal, but break your plans into smaller, achievable pieces. Slow and steady wins the race. Release any blocks to success. Manifesting focus. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to your professional life goals and ambitions, or a work colleague. Manifesting mindset. Think about where you want to be in a year. Consciously visualize it. Write a 12-month plan detailing how you're going to get there. Manifesting tips for releasing blocks. Call on Archangel Michael, the protector, and Archangel Azrael, who helps us to process grief. Call in the strong energies of Saturn, which guides the sign of Capricorn. That's why I was so drawn to Saturn and the Sun. Breathe gently. Ask Archangel Azrael for help with releasing grief or past upset that's standing in the way of your success. Ask Michael to guide you. Ask Saturn for strength. Your manifestation affirmation, it says, the harder I work, the luckier I get. The harder I work, the luckier I get. And I don't know, for those of you who are new, I don't believe in luck. I believe in blessings, right? So, whatever though, When to manifest your magic. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Capricorn, on a Saturday or Saturn's day, or during Saturn's hour. The new moon in Capricorn takes place when the sun and the moon are on the same degree in Capricorn. It knows that often we come with a plan or leave in defeat. Let me read that again. The new moon in Capricorn takes place when the sun and the moon are on the same degree in Capricorn. It knows that often we come with a plan or leave in defeat. Man, oh man, oh man. Like I said, take your time, sit in meditation, think it through like they telling you, honey. Map it out, plan it out. I can't tell you any other way. And then the mystery will be revealed. So moving on, 454. All right, you guys, beginning with 14 and debilitated discomfort, pages 44 and 45. Again, mastery of some sort. If you put a well-organized city dweller deep in the wildwoods, they'd be accidentally debilitated, out of their element, and pushed to live up to their potential. What I say? Oh my God. The discomfort is those growing pains for you to be pushed towards your highest self. Anyways, they may be uncomfortable, but the situation offers a chance to stretch further and develop their soul. The same goes for a planet in a sign or placement that's awkward with its nature. For example, Mercury is the least mercurial when it's in Pisces, opposite the sign Virgo, which it rules. Here, Mercury can bestow a great mind, but in an intuitive, integrated, imaginative way, not a mind to escape in purely intellectual pursuits. Action. This time you are the invaluable sidekick. This is not your game, but you have a lot to contribute nonetheless, and the long-term benefits will be worth your efforts. Learn and listen rather than assert yourself and your opinions. Use your strength and leadership skills to support and center another person or project. Pass the ball to someone who is in a position to run with it. Back up a leader. Do the work behind the scenes and bolster the team. If you're not ready to do this work, you can pass that ball and leave the field, but consider redefining your idea of success. Stay here and you can grow needed skills, expand your repertoire and contacts, and build up trust among others who can help you in the future. Everything you learn, all the contacts you make, prepare you for when it's your turn. And many of you, it's your turn to be the leader. They told you, step up and lead, okay? The challenge. Whether you're an artist among the engineers or a linebacker among the ballerinas, you may struggle to apply your talents in this situation. In these moments, it's easy to slip into self-pity and self-doubt. The gift. You are being challenged to grow in ways you can't predict. That's the mystery. Oof. You are being asked to diversify, stretch, and strengthen your weak muscles. Only you can decide if it's time to take that challenge, but this experience also encourages you to love yourself in the quiet moments and to appreciate what you bring to the table, even when nobody else notices. 222 when I looked up. Oh my goodness. Moving on to 21, Venus and Beloved, pages 58 and 59. Venus symbolizes your heart, romance, and the creative process. It's what attracts you, what you value, and how you value yourself. Venus is inside Earth's orbit and takes 224.7 Earth days to complete the journey. Venus rules Taurus and Libra and can be only in the same sign as the Sun or in the two signs on either side. Venus is one of two planets who appear to rotate backward, an apt symbol for your heart's unique path. It rotates so slowly that one side is always boiling, the other side cooler. Love blows hot and cold, talking about those polarities, yeah? Action. Soften, charm, open the heart. Investigate how you can make the situation more beautiful, more fair and lovely. Remember this Venusian truth. People are fascinated by those who find them fascinating. Use diplomacy and seduction and let others come to you. Engage creativity, generosity, and affection. Venus calls you to your heart, to romance, sings to you as a creative muse, asks you what you value, what you want enough to get yourself in trouble. Come to know your heart, know what you're passionate about, and when you stir other people's passions, when your heart hurts, you can express the higher notes of Venus through acts of compassion, affection, or creativity. All become medicine for your sore heart. Pull out the art supplies and paint how you feel. Rescue a puppy. Help a person who needs love and kindness even more than you do. The challenge. Emotions run strong and passions are intense. Be wary of crimes of passion, love addiction, or looking for love in material things. If you're fascinated by the superficial aspects of Venus, you can get caught up in appearances or become blind in love. Look deeper. I want to go deeper. Please travel deeper. Figure yourself out, okay? Anyways, the gift. Venus encourages a loving heart. To heal your own heart and become a Venusian beacon to the world around you, develop what the Buddhists refer to as Maitri. I hope I'm saying that right. Loving kindness, benevolence, friendliness, and active interest in others' well-being. Okay? Moving on to the bottom. 46, 8th house in mystery, pages 108 and 109. If your chart were a village map, the 8th house would be on the corner of Red Light District, next to the mortuary and a savings and loan bank. It is a private house where we deal with things we don't talk about in public: sex, death, debts, loans, psychic phenomena. Here we deal with other people's resources and how they are exchanged. Money, bodies, thoughts, and work, and how we inherit goods and attitudes. I got a new attitude. This house can feel uncomfortable, but it's a place where we can transform. Action. Assess the power dynamics between you and other people around important resources like sex, money, and inheritances. Notice if a relative or boss withholds money until you behave, or if you or a lover withholds sex until some other need is met. Just get clear in your own mind if anyone is pulling strings, and try to heal dysfunctional dynamics with clear and healthy boundaries. Seduce honestly. Not all strange sex. That's a period. It says seduce honestly. Not all strange sexual dynamics or unusual financial arrangements are a problem. If you understand your peculiarities and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they are just part of who you are. Financial? Did I read that right? If you understand your peculiarities and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they are just part of who you are. I don't know. Financial investors and advisors, consultants, ministers, lovers, intuitives, brain trusts, auctioneers, and investigators all work with 8th house affairs, and if they work with integrity, do so productively. Develop your 2nd house resources, your own money, sense of worth, and body confidence, to strengthen your freedom and bargaining power and operate in this realm with grace. Engage the resources handed to you, but make your own judgment calls. The 8th house calls for one last freedom, to acknowledge that death exists and be fully alive in response. The challenge. It can be tempting to manipulate by withholding love, power, or money, and hard to step away when someone else is jerking those chains. The gift. Face your worst fears and step through. Feel that liberation. The trap of manipulation falls away when you don't bite the hook. What I say, stepping out of codependencies, yeah? All right, now, let's move on. All right, y'all. So, welcome to the crystal energy healing portion of the reading. Before we get started, I was not able to find either of them in the decks. And like I said, they've come out before, so I already know that they're not in the decks. As well as platinum is not even in the book because it's a relatively newer. Ain't nothing new under the sun, but for the sake of, I guess, historical documentation or whatever, it's relatively new as a crystalline form, if that makes any sense at all. Anyway, I will put, however, the information that I have researched and put together, and it will be scrolling through your screen at some point or another, okay? And we'll go through it, I guess. And I'll try to remember to link the websites that I got them from in case you are interested, okay? All right. But Hematite is the only one in the book, and that's what we're getting ready to go over first, okay? Page 96. Occurs as masses, botryoidal forms, rosettes, layered plates, and tabular and rhombohedral crystals. May be metallic, gray or silver, black or brick red or brown. Astrologically associated with Aries or Aquarius, perfect, right? That first quarter moon in Aquarius that we're coming off of. It's great for the base chakra. Healing qualities includes it brings strength, love, courage, and personal magnetism. It's good for mental processes that you're going to need, right? Thoughts, memory, dexterity, and working with numbers or maths. Physically, it's good for the spleen, blood, and vertebrae. It says, place one piece at the top and one piece at the base of the spine. It helps anemia, backache, broken bones, and fractures, blood clots, air and travel sickness, jet lag, insomnia, cramps, and myalgic encephalomyelitis, otherwise known as ME. All right? Alrighty, y'all. And like I said, stay tuned. I will go through platinum and the information that I have for that. All right? Okay, y'all. So in regards to platinum, which like I said is not in the book or the text, neither is it in any of the decks, okay? Because it's relatively new. But according to the website, I should say, plural, that I got combined this information from, which they are listed below in the description box if you are interested. This is the information that we have, okay? All right. Astrologically associated with Gemini and Leo. It's great for the heart and crown chakras. Healing qualities include, it's a quote, balancing or grounding, end quote, element that is good for balancing the centers and meridians of the physical body, to provide alignment of the physical body to the etheric body, to align the subtle bodies, and to provide the polarity adjustments which are necessary within the physical structure to stabilize the body and to facilitate the maintenance of optimum health. It can also provide permanence to relationships, stimulating self-approval and hence facilitating non-judgmental attitudes toward another. Physically, it's good for the heart, eyes, muscles, headaches, nerves, nervous system, spasmodic disorders, GI tract, and better assimilation of nutrients. It's beautiful. It aids in cell regeneration. Emotionally or spiritually, it's soothing and calming. It's good for the aura. It helps stress, nervousness, and a troubled mind, baby. It maintains one's energy level to enhance the accomplishment and completion of goals. And that's bringing me back to that Gemini, new moon in Gemini, and think about it, all right? So please utilize this as you see fit. It has been used to stimulate the pineal gland and has enhanced one's intuition, psychic abilities, and awareness of other levels of intelligence. So that was really one whole, sentence. But there you have it, my dear. I pray you receive whatever it is meant for you to receive through these messages and healing energies, okay? All right, moving on. All right, you guys. So that is what I have, and that's where I'm going to leave it. I pray that it resonates with you. I pray nothing but the best for you through these transitions and these changes, because, baby, you're going to need all the strength and power and, like I said, courage and stability to get through it. Try not to be in that egotistical woe is me type of energy, and understand what it truly is for and what it's all about and why you signed up to even go through and do what it is that you are intended and meant to do. Okay? If it resonates with you, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimonies down below. You never know how this may help someone grow, but especially and including yourselves. And I pray that's what you're here for. Otherwise, why are you here? We all about growing, ascending, healing, learning, developing, all that good jazz, okay? Whether or not someone comes to mind, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so very much for doing so. I truly appreciate it wholeheartedly, and I love you, and thank you so very much for that. If you want to join me for another episode, you can check the link in the description box below. If not, please take care, and I love you anyway. If you are looking for anything different, like I told you, we have MOTD, which is just messages of the day, right? And other zodiac readings, pick a card readings, whatever, what have you. So check the playlist on my channel, and I play too. I pray you find what you're looking for and that you return, especially if I resonate with you as a reader. Please subscribe and, like and hit that notification bell so that you are aware of when I post future videos, all right, or anything for that matter. Yeah, until the next one, please be easy. Don't forget your love and light. It truly makes everything all right. Deuces.